The Gilded Ones by Namina Forna. Chapter 19. Tell me about your dreams, Deku, White Hand says. It's our fourth day of lessons at the lake. Our usual no-holds-barred combat has ended, and Britta, Belcalis, and Ghazal have returned to the main hall. But White Hands asked me to stay afterward, though she wouldn't tell me why. White Hands is very good at not answering questions. I should know. I've pestered her with enough of them. All she ever tells me is that she'll explain everything in good time, which is sometimes before the campaign ends. I suppose I just have to be satisfied with that for now. I could ask Carmarco Thondawe instead, but I have the feeling she wouldn't know even close to as much as White Hands does. My dreams? I finally echo, confusion building. What do my dreams have to do with anything? You've been having nightmares, she says. Recurring dreams as well. When she sees my shocked expression, she shrugs, smiles. Don't look so worried. All Lalaki have such dreams. The unnatural ones especially. Tell me about yours. I clear my throat embarrassed. It always starts with the ocean. At least it feels like an ocean, I begin. It's dark, but there are these presences there. I don't know if they're different or all one thing, but they call to me. What do they say? My name. They say my name, and they beckon me toward this door. It's all golden and shining. I turn to her, biting my lip now, almost afraid to speak. What is it, Deku? She prompts. They use my mother's voice, I whisper. When they call to me, they use mother's voice. But I know it's not her. Mother's dead. Gone. The words surface some of that old pain, and I rub my chest to soothe it. White Hands nods. Seems deep in thought. The door. Have you ever been through it? She asks. I shake my head. Never. She turns to me, a strange expression on her face. This time, when they call you, go, she says. I frown. But I don't control when the dreams. A sharp pain pricks my neck. All I see is the faint smile on White Hand's face and says, remember, when they call you, go. Then I'm falling. Complete blackness. An ocean of warmth. It's the same as always, the place I've been seeing since Mother died. Something stirs inside it, vast and ancient. But I'm not frightened. I've met it countless times before, felt its presence rolling inside of me. Deku, it calls, rumbling in the waters. It sounds almost like Mother. But it's not her. It's lying to me. Using Mother's voice like that, I swim in the other direction, trying to get away from it. Then gold suddenly shimmers, a door opening behind me. Deku, a voice comes in again, pleading this time. It scratches a memory, a reminder of something important that I'm forgetting. Something about that door. I turn, and there it is, golden and shining, growing bigger and bigger until it completely blocks my field of vision. Enter it, Deku, the words filter, almost eerily into my mind. An order. I obey it now, swimming closer and closer to the gold until the door swallows me up, and there's nothing left but that beautiful color washing over me. You can wake up now, Deku. I gasp awake, obeying White Hand's voice only to realize I've only done so halfway. I'm not really awake, and I'm not really here. That's the only explanation of why everything suddenly glows so brightly. It's dark around me, but all the living things glow. The plants, the insects, the trees. It's almost as if there's a halo over everything, a shimmering mystical light. I turn to White Hands. She's standing beside me, a brilliant white flame in the darkness, her entire body illuminated. "What do you see?" she asks, her voice seeming to come from afar. She seems distant, so very distant, but I know she's here, just as I'm here. Am I truly still asleep? "You're shining," I whisper, wonder flowing over me. "That's good." "What's happening?" I ask, my voice sounding distinct to my own ears. White Hands walks around me. "You've been taught about the combat state," she asks. I nod slowly, everything so weightless and calming now. "What you've experienced is only the surface of it. This, what you're feeling and seeing now, is its purest form. A state of heightened senses where you're halfway between sleep and waking, halfway between this world and the next. Look at your hands," she instructs. I look down, shocked to see that they're glowing just like White Hand's body, only there are streaks on them that glow even more brightly than everything else. My veins, branching across my body, illuminating it in the night. I can see them even against the gilding. "When you enter the deep combat state, you can see what others can't, feel what others can't, become faster and stronger than it is normally possible for an Alaki. This is the state you will use to develop your voice. Catch." A shadow whizzes toward me, and my hands automatically reach up, grasping the object. I gape at it. It's a sword, a very sharp one. I caught it by the blade, but I'm not bleeding. Not even the tiniest wound mars my skin. I stare at it, amazement growing. The cursed gold is pulled under the skin there, protecting it. I can see it working, moving even under my gilding. White Hand smiles. "Wonderful. You've already controlling your blood. When you do the same with your voice, you'll be in a much better position, I promise you. Well then, let's get started, shall we? We have a lot to learn. Let's start with entering the combat state on your own." I wake up the next morning even earlier than I usually do. Rattle is already standing toward the front of his cage when I arrive. His eyes glimmer in the darkness, those midnight black pupils tracking me. It feels as almost if he knew I was coming, but then he already has someone keeping him company. White Hands is seated on a small bench in front of him, that gnarled demon half mask on her face. I blink, startled by the sight. It's rare to see Karmoko's wearing the mask when men aren't around, but Rattle is a male, I suppose, although I've never looked at his nethers closely enough to verify. "Morning's greetings, Karmoko," I say with a nervous bow, but White Hands impatiently waves my greeting away. "Are you ready?" she asks. I inhale deeply, looking at Rattle. "I think so." She nods. "Submerge into the combat state." Just like that. I try not to show my unease as I nod, visualizing the dark ocean in my head just as she directed me to do last night. At first, there's nothing. Only the thousand erratic thoughts barging through my head. What if I can't do this? What if something happens and... "Quiet your thoughts," White Hands commands. "Find something to focus on." I do as she says. Glancing down at my hands, at the gold that gilds them, it's just as thick as the day I dipped my hands into that urn. If I stare long enough, I can almost see my veins underneath it. Feel them throbbing just under the gold sheen of the gilding. I remember the way the blood in them surged up last night, protecting my hands when I caught that sword. The blood as gold as in my hands, as gold as that door. My thoughts still, my body already beginning to feel weightless. "That's it," White Hands whispers, her voice coming as if from far away. "Focus on the door," she says. It's there now, just in front of me. I move towards it, swimming through the darkness, swimming into the light. There's so much of it now, everything glowing white before me, everything living, that is. That includes Rattle. His entire body seems to shimmer now, a white light glimmering in the darkness, only his eyes are still black. He looks at me, a strange expression on his face. Fear? Curiosity? I can't tell. I walk closer to him, my footsteps seeming to float on air. Once I'm just out of reach, I look up at his eyes. Rattle, I say. Kneel. My voice sounds layered even to my own ears. Moments pass, nothing happens. But then there's a familiar rattling sound, his quills creaking on his back. He slowly but surely sinks to his knees, a vacant look in his eyes. The same look that was in the other Deathstreak's eyes, the one that killed Katya and the one back in Erfurt. Shock jolts through me as I realize I did it. I commanded him. Why, Deku? White Hand's voice is suddenly right next to my ear. I think you've issued your first intentional command. My grin wavers, exhaustion surging inside of me. Then everything goes black.